Hey guys, it's Adventure. Welcome back to the channel. And today we're taking a look at two of Flyinside latest releases. These are the Rotorway RW162 Fox, the Exec, and the turbine version, the Jetexec. Now these are small helicopters that are essentially kit builds built by Rotorway International of Chandler, Arizona. They're supplied in kit form for amateur construction. Now this is the latest of the Exec series, and it is powered in the piston version typically by a Rotorway RW162F flat 4 piston engine, putting out 150 horsepower. Now, it's not big, it's not clever. We're talking 100 knots max, 82 knot cruise, endurance of about 150 miles. But it is a cool little helicopter because the developer, Flyinside, has, of course, historically given us some very, very, very detailed helicopter simulations. That includes, of course, the Bell 206 and the Bell 47. So, now, the important thing to really recognise with this is, of course, we have other helicopters in the sim, but none are detailed as these. Not only do we have, of course, the full custom flight dynamics and engine modelling, failures, water and oil temperature mattering so much, this actually has realistic inputs of collective, cyclic, pedal response, ground effect, flat back, transverse flow, torque and yaw, VRS, auto rotation capabilities, meaning you can perform auto rotations, quick stops, confined air operations. Anything you can do in the real helicopter, you can do in this. So it is quite cool to realise that's a capability we have. And yes, it does require an external program. Now that program, of course, is this. Don't mind my desktop. It's the helicopter manager. It installs automatically. It launches with the aircraft. Now, here we have, of course, realistic, easy, medium. We're going to realistic with enabled failures because we're going to be mean to myself. And I'm just going to see what this thing's going to do. I'm going to have it at its worst. I will probably fail and look terrible, but I'm going to put it on realistic. Governors, particle effects, various settings and startups and updates to push. So giving you everything you need to control the actual simulation you want to experience. So let's have a quick look around the outside. In fact, first, before we do that, now, there's a tablet on the Jet one, there isn't for this, so I'm assuming we can't pull the panels off this one. But on the Jet one, we can pull those rear panels off and look at the engine. On this one, not so much, but it's a very small helicopter seen by Avenger. I'm not that fat, it's quite small. Even Captain Whiskers looks a little cramped. Not big, but again, this is going to be the helicopter you buy because you want to fly this particular type of helicopter. Little two-seater kit-built types. Size-wise akin to an R22, realistically. Let's have a look inside, shall we? And of course, comes with a bunch of liveries, all 4K PBR materials as well, so fantastic for those of you who want detail. Now, inside, of course, fuel's down there. Battery is the key up there. So, of course, we'll then put on our... Where are we looking for? Ignition, fuel, and the ECUs. Put the clutch in. Pop our starter lid over. Make sure everything is set where it needs to be here in terms of my flight sim controls. Throttle is going to be cracked there. And I will say the sounds from Flyinside are some of the best that we get when it comes to helicopter sounds. They really got the stuff going. Instruments, avionics. And everything's good there. Of course, our various breakers all function here as well. Texture-wise inside, not bad. Not amazing, but not bad. Doors, of course, are a thing. We've got latches, we've got everything else. We can even take those off entirely if we wish to. So everything's looking good here. It's our governor selector there. Right, so once we are set up and ready to rock and roll here, our details from here. So we will set ourselves in and let's make sure we have our throttle up. We're in the right RPM range. So it should be a matter of up on the collective and in a little bit of left drift as it happens. And away we go. Oh god, I'm probably going to crash this thing because I'm not very good. And it's quite a very twitchy little helicopter. If you wanted to fly something that will really test you, In fact, these are in the way. Let's put them on for a quieter experience, shall we? There's a firehouse down there. Say hello to those guys whilst we keep moving. Obviously, it's a very sprightly little helicopter, very twitchy and twerky. Not for the faint of heart, not for an inexperienced helicopter pilot in the sim. Obviously, the 206 they produce has a far more utilitarian capability. It's got more passenger capability and cargo, can do more things. But they're fun little aircraft, these. There's a sports field there for the school, I believe. Oh, the slap of the blades is lovely. There we go. Around we come. Pretty sure that's a school there? Yeah, there's like playground stuff there, so it's probably a school. Okay, down here. We'll just go around the headland and we'll come back around and approach the runway once again. We will be looking at the jet version as well, the turbine version, so if you're looking at how these two shake up, obviously that's more powerful. This can struggle to turn left when you've got a lot of collective in, because it's not got the exact torque and power to really kind of counteract what it's trying to do there. So the jet one will obviously be much more manoeuvrable and capable, especially in worse conditions. This is a naturally aspirated flat 4. It's only 150 horsepower, so it's not a lot. We're talking 200, 250, I think, in the jet exec, if I am thinking correctly. And that's a late 2000s model. I'll talk about that one more later. Okay, so here we come over the bay. Right, Captain Whiskers, are we ready to make an approach? The goal here is not to enter vortex ring state, which is where I end up in my own downdraft, essentially. I'm not a big helicopter nerd, so I don't know everything precisely about these techniques, but I do my best to be competent, which is a variable state of affairs. Okay. Unfortunately, I am re-recording this part. I recorded the jet exec last night, which is the second half of this video. I had recorded this part too, but unfortunately I screwed up and I didn't get my own audio. So I'm doing this today after. So I'm going to be a little better than I was in the first attempt. But not by far. So you'll see how much worse I am in the jet exec next and have a good giggle. There's a helipad down here I'm going to try and put down on, next to the ambulance. So that's our goal. Let's slow down a little bit here. A little bit of collective out, a little bit of throttle out. Let's keep ourselves... Oh, a bit of torque to the right. Now, lower speed maneuvers is where this can get realistic compared to higher speed flight. This is where you'll notice a big difference in the simulation. My lower speed maneuvering is a lot more realistic. Let's keep ourselves moving here. Managing my throttle as well. It's a manual throttle management on this. So let's bring the throttle down, the collective down. Okay, we're actually looking pretty competent right now, which is surprising for me. Okay. And that's me starting to seesaw now. But I can level it out and I can touch it. I call that a win. That is a win for me. So we'll shut down the engine here and we'll have a bit of a quick word. But, of course, this is the piston. That's AC. That's our fuel cutoff there. It's tiny. Price-wise, by the way, we're looking at $34.99 for this, about £27. Jet's the same price. You can buy them both for $64. Not a big discount for buying both together, but there is a discount, at least for now. So now we'll go on and check out the turbine version, shall we? So here is the Jet Exec. Of course, this version is the late 2000s, mid to late 2000s one, with a, I believe, if I just check my notes briefly, a Solar T62 32 turbine engine. So other than that, it's a more modernised avionics package and the jet engine, quite obviously. Now, the cool feature, by the way, with this is we can pop open the tablet here. We can remove the doors and or we can actually remove the cowling components and fly it like an RC helicopter if we chose to. Why not? Okay, we'll put this back on because I'm feeling generous. And I like having an aerodynamic helicopter. So, very similar, other than we have glass here now. The checklists don't really exist. There's one checklist item on this version. Master battery on. You know, I figured I'd start there anyway. But all our systems are up here for this aircraft. So, of course, no clutch on this one. Batteries on. Radiator fuel pumps, alternator on yet. If it's off. I'm going to hold this until we get good light, which you'll hear. And we have good light. Speaking of lights, we've got lights up here too. Whee! Spotlights. Oh, that did not light for some reason. We'll keep holding it again. We'll get it to start. And make sure... Oh, you know what's probably not happened? No, it wasn't that. So, just me not holding it for long enough and making sure everything else is set correctly. We'll hold this down. If it chooses to. Okay, cool. I'll blew something up. I think. What? I'm not sure, but I think I blew something up. Because that should be a simple matter of hold down the old starty doodah and wait for it to do the thingy. Oh no, it's working now. Is she going this time? Avionics, everything else on. I believe it's sticking this time. Excellent. Okay. Make sure our throttle is set on the grips there. Wait for our rotor RPM to come up. We'll go synth vision on here. RPM's coming up. It's a simplified version of the controls, but it does work. Of course, radios and altimeters down here. Everything else as we'd want it to be. Okay. So let's try and put myself in harm's way, shall we, as the RPM's still coming up. Is it going to still rise for us? I think it's on the low side still. There we go. So it should be a matter of... oh, head switched on first. Come up on the collective. And we immediately lose RPM. So let that rise properly again. I've had this happen a couple of times in the sim. I'm not sure what causes it, but... sometimes a couple of quick sit-downs functions and solves the problem. Okay, we're in green. And, yeah, bites it again for some reason. Seems that things kicked up that time, so... I think we're good. Yeah. Oh god, yeah, this one's a little bit sprightly. Don't want to hit the average or hanger there, so we're going to lift ourselves up here. Definitely has no issues turning left with more power in the jet engine. Scary aircraft to fly though, being so small and jet powered. Oh gosh, I'm a little bit nervous here. This one's a lot more sprightly. Still a little bit choppy in the sim. I've restarted several times. Sim's always smoothest at its first start, or first load into an actual scene from first start, and it's exactly that. But I'm definitely hitting FPS issues on this. More than I did with the other version. Could be the synth vision, I don't know, so we'll switch off that for a second. How do I go back? No, back. There we go. Leave it on here for now. It seems synth vision might be part of Visobo's synth vision page, might actually be hurting it more than anything else, because that's nice and smooth now. But it's definitely a little harder on the FPS than some aircraft. We'll just fly visual for now. We'll head down the runway, turn around, and come back to a landing again. Don't need to go excessive on this one. But it's very similar, other than being jet-powered, obviously, being a big difference. Definitely a lot more power behind it. But again, it's going to be an aircraft that will interest you if you are interested in this particular aircraft. I personally would go for a 125. Or the 206, if I wanted to fly a helicopter by choice. Or now, Taux Huey. So it's going to be a relative question of what you want out of your helicopter flying experience. Are you in a pure pursuit of realism, in which case Flyinside helicopters do offer a huge amount to you, including their 206 and Bell 47, which is a personal favourite of mine? Or are you particularly interested in this specific aircraft? If you are, fantastic. If not, I'm not sure it's going to appeal to the average casual fan, given the price. It is very realistic, yes. If you want the most realistic option you can experience, Flyinside helicopters absolutely hit that. So it's very much a customer's choice. I personally wouldn't buy this helicopter because I have no specific interest in the Rotorway helicopters. The Bell 47, as I mentioned already, I absolutely have that and I like it. Okay. Oh, I just VRS'd myself. See, it happens. I stopped and I tried to come down and I ended up in my own vortex. So that is a thing. And I will try and maneuver us back onto the pad at least so I can save some grace before slapping myself. In fact, you know what? We'll go around, we'll do a quick little around and approach, and we'll try and do it properly rather than trying to just be an idiot and hovering down onto the spot. There we go. Nice and easy, bring her around. There we are. Okay, we'll just bring it down gentle. Keep some forward momentum, and I'm doing it again. Yeah, having this on full realistic mode is definitely kicking my backside. I am not good enough to fly this on full realism. And I've lost RPM on the rotor there. Let that build back up again. I'm determined to get this onto the pad. I will do it, and it won't take me long. We'll do it this time, I promise. Okay. Is she going to pick up? Come on. Little bit. Losing RPM again. I can resolve this very simply by putting it onto easy mode, but I refuse to do that because it's against my every principle. Come on, you got this. You can get your rotor RPM up again. There we go. Helipad awaits me, and I will do this. A little bit of sideways action. Not trying to go backwards here. Seesawing around like an amateur, which is fine. It's, I'll call that a win. We're on the pad. It counts as a win. I'm not very good at this helicopter, but I am doing this on full realism, just so you can enjoy watching me make a mess of myself, which I obviously will. Like I said, if you're interested in these helicopters specifically, recommend them highly. If not, try one of their other aircraft from Flyinside. Like I said, the Bell 206 is phenomenal. The Bell 47 is phenomenal. But if you want the Rotorway helicopters, these are very, very fine aircraft, and they have the full realism options you want to fly them very realistically. Decision's yours, folks. Thanks for watching. Bye.